Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Projekt Severovo. I am your secret keeper, Win 5 Get 1 Free, also known as Mike, and I'm accompanied by my players, James, Gary, and Gunnar. How y'all doing today?
I am doing.
He's doing.
Also eating noodles right now.
I'm not jamming like a cat, but I am. I am that I am.
Okay. And Gunnar?
Also still waiting on my computer to finish up that.
He's going.
Going. Good. Good. Now, everyone remember the distinct point at which we left off?
Yes.
We just killed Truckman.
No, we didn't kill Truckman. It bounced off him like he was a fucking truck. Oh, wait.
No. Also
and then he
incorrect.
disappeared.
It lodged into his shoulders and then just phased out of him and landed on the ground. And as a matter of fact, that's where we're going to start. Everyone in the bar is speechless. Some people are holding their ears the closer that they are to you, Anatoly. And Avanad is the first one to make a move. He gently walks towards the area where the apparition was. There's now an incredibly dark stain on the ground in the perfect shape of a square. He reaches down, picks up the rifle round, and holds it up and shows it to everyone else with this look of concern and confusion on his face.
Could I roll psychology to try and, calm the crowd down?
Yes, but it's actually psychoanalysis. Psychology is reading people. Psychoanalysis is manipulating people.
Well, in that case, no, because that's a 1.
Yeah, gotta love Call of Cthulhu, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you'd think it would be psychology.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be the opposite.
Yeah, you think psychoanalysis, you'd read someone. In psychology, you'd manipulate them, but them's the rules. Well, hold on. You took psychology with the intent of being able to calm and manipulate people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just put those points in psychoanalysis. It's no skin off my nose. You didn't know how the skills work.
Yeah, it's not my fault that Call of Cthulhu's weird.
Yeah. But remember that psychology is, in fact, still the skill to read people. That's your sense mode. So if you want to do that, you'll have to do that. Or you'll have to make that skill roll.
All right. But
okay.
Can I use psychoanalysis then?
Absolutely.
Nice.
What do you say?
Yeah, you
mark that.
He the woman he was consoling, he pats on the shoulder reassuringly, then goes up towards the front, a few feet away from the spooky square. He's not dumb enough to get near it, but also so that he can be towards like the front of the inn so that everyone can see him. And be like, let us all calm down. We will gain nothing if we start to give in to superstitions without first consulting what this could be. For now, allow us to take a look at this. All of you go back to your drinks like nothing happened.
Huh. So, the response you get from the crowd is interesting. You get the kind of response that people are like, they are definitely going to let you do your own thing. But that's because, like, anyone who is around one of you soldiers is now giving you a wide berth.
By the way, there's only one shot that Anatoly took, right?
It's a
You'll
bolt
need
action
fire.
rifle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look at me like,
also,
good trigger discipline.
Oh.
He's kind of got, because he did fail that sanity check, he's kind of got this glazed over look on his eyes. I can see your mouth moving, but ears are a little... Speak louder.
Just shake my head like, ugh.
And I think at this point, I did catch myself up a little bit more on Call of Cthulhu. So some rules clarifications and some reminders, because everyone at this table, at least at one point, has played at least one session of Call of Cthulhu. So I want to remind people, one, pushing your roll is a thing you can do, right?
Forgot about that. How does that work again?
So you put yourself at further risk to re-roll your roll.
And don't you have to get a higher success?
I don't. Do you?
You have to beat the score. So the only time you would want to push a roll is either if you want to get a higher success or if you want to pass a failure. Now remember, if you push your roll, you're putting yourself at risk for consequence. Now, sanity is the other thing. Now, I've kind of read the sanity rule wrong, but not super wrong consistently. If you lose 5 points of sanity in one predetermined like amount of time, so basically I as the keeper determine how long is this particular stint of sanity loss going to last. Usually I count it as an in-game day or maybe a couple in-game days if you're doing like a multiple day trek in an unfamiliar place. If you lose 5, you lose control of your character for 1d10 minutes if you are around your friends and 1d10 hours if you are away from your friends, and you also gain a phobia until you recover from that underlying insanity. Once you regain control of your investigator, you can still control your investigator. However, if you lose any more sanity, you go into another flight of paranoia. And if you push your roll and fail a roll, you lose sanity. And the consequences for failing your roll, your pushed roll, when you're insane, border on ludicrous. And the final rule of sanity, if you lose 15 sanity in one amount of that time, you permanently lose control of your character. So,
oof.
Yes. So, just to clarify those rules so that we're all like on the same page, because I remember not having a great idea of how those work, but since I looked into them, because I was like, I should probably know this if I'm going to be the keeper, you know. I looked into it, and yeah. So,
Okay.
Do we have any questions?
Not until probably later, when I'll need those rehashed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I will keep those in mind for me so that I can, like always remember that. So, good question, by the way. Kryakov, Akadod, what are you doing?
I mean, I do have my go-to. Totally, it's basically a sport at this point. Playing with my boom putty, right? really trying to keep them nerves in check because what the fuck did I just see? You know?
Right.
Now, you gotta stay calm in a situation, and explosives keep me calm.
I hope he
Emotion-
sees the irony in that as much as
If
we do.
I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ears still slightly ringing. I forgot how loud these things are indoors, but you were saying.
He like leans in, and you can tell he steeled himself for whatever the fuck that was, but it's still kind of fucked with him.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure.
no sanity loss, but he's still like, you know, he's like,
Mm-hmm.
Anatoly, whatever that was, bullet cannot defeat. Let us keep whatever happened here under wraps.
Maybe we should try and re-establish connections with a home base. Could be good to have reinforcements on our side.
Or at the very least, see if we cannot cut through this damn fog.
Is good plan.
If villagers ask, chemical fallout from farming accident, hallucination.
Of course. What else could it be?
Exactly. Shared hallucinations brought on by stress and superstition.
Maybe we all have bad bacon and potato soup.
All things that devotion to state can cure, no?
Of course.
Pats you on the shoulder like, good soldier.
Avanad actually approaches you, Anatoly, and actually no, he would approach Olzeg Malganovich, and he would say, Commander, question about the current happenstance.
Speak your mind.
I see that the thing left some sort of mark on the ground. Do you know what that could possibly be?
It probably like walks over towards it. I have
Yeah.
like no science skills, so
Yeah.
Just kinda looks
roll
at it and was
whatever
like-
you want on it. But it is a perfectly square, like a perfectly square area that is slightly dimmer, and seems to like as you move your eyes, shudder almost like bits of like light colored wood almost flick in and out of existence as you change the angle you view it from.
So what you're saying is you're looking at like a Bethesda glitch.
Yeah, kinda. That's a good way to put it.
Bethesda lighting bug. There you go.
Yeah.
I guess I could try spot hidden.
Sure, go for it.
It's the only thing that comes to mind. Ripperoni.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is indecipherable.
Yeah. You look at this and you're just like, I am confused. I will allow you to push that roll at the risk of sanity loss.
Not worth. I'm not pushing my luck.
Sure.
My rolls are cursed, so.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Plus,
fair.
it makes sense that like he looks at it for a little bit, and just as it starts to, like twitch at the back of his mind, he like shakes his head, looks back towards Avanad, and goes, "I am nothing more than dumb peasant boy. I was never taught in these sciences."
You say... Hold on. What are you looking at over there?
Avanad, before you can even say anything, Malganovich, Avanad looks over and does like some sort of strange floor anomaly thing.
What do you mean? Kind of
I waved you over.
stumping over. He's already, levered the old casing out of the rifle and shoved in a new one.
Sure.
What would you like me to roll for this? Just
Whatever you think would be appropriate.
Russian. Obviously. No.
That is not appropriate.
What about rifle?
You could shoot it if you
Cooking. Cook it.
want. Cooking.
Yes, it looks like remnants of fire pit. Of course.
Yeah. Maybe
let's
like
see here.
spot hidden or some sort of role that lends itself to an investigatory nature.
Let's
Or
spot
something about
that
the
hidden.
natural world. Nice. Okay. So you look at it, and what you see kind of perplexes you. It seems like the square is an exact copy down to the like very microfibers of this wood that is just occupying the exact same space and is slightly darker. You're not sure what's going on, and you think maybe this is just the way that your eye would process these things existing in the same space at the same time, but it is there.
I poke the wood with my bayonet.
You poke it, and
With
as
my
soon as you poke it, it disappears.
Excellent job. Turn back towards the people.
Yeah,
Maybe this
yeah.
helps my psychoanalysis. Where I'm like, see? Nothing was really there. Just
We are cavemen.
hallucinogens
Yeah.
from farming accident. No doubt also responsible for fog.
The bartender, Mr. Let me pull up my names. Mr. Furlon, looks at you and says, "Gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I believe I'm going to close for the night. We have your rooms prepped, but first thing in the morning, I would find it incredibly..." And he looks like he's trying to find the words. He goes, "It would be very polite if once morning comes, you seek more permanent shelter."
Of course. You know, is some trouble if I am unable to prepare food in morning. May I use your fireplace for breakfast?
He kind of looks at you for a second and gets this stern look on his face, and he says, do what you must."
We thank you for your assistance, comrade.
Yeah, and he looks fucking shook. Like, everyone in the bar is like not actively freaking out, but everyone is like pretty like
And Olzek's kind of putting on that, it's a very World War I probably mentality where he's got that kind of steeled look that's like, well, fucked up shit, business as usual.
well, moon's haunted.
Yeah, moon's haunted. Russia's haunted.
R.I.P.S. Moon's haunted, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you back so soon? Moon's haunted. What?
Moon's haunted.
So yeah, you guys are kind of packing up for the night, and let me drag you over to here. This is floor 2 of the common house, and I know it's blurry, and I also know it isn't an exact lineup of floor 1, but deal with it. You are shown to your room by Sunsika, the daughter of the bartender. And she mentions that you are in a room, which, first of all of your gear is piled into one room. And the room isn't like necessarily oh good.
Yes.
There we go. The room isn't necessarily like super let's see. The room isn't necessarily small, but it's also not a big accommodation, right? She takes you over to this room. And that reminds me, Gary, you need to get yourself a token.
Yeah, I do. I just thought about that when I saw everyone.
Yeah, I need to get myself a token for Avenant as well. The things we forget.
I was going to say, I wanted to go with something that made me feel appropriately for the cause. So.
I like it. Let
And
me
I just
see.
wanted someone appropriately ugly, and this was as close as I could get.
Let's see here.
In character. I like it.
Maybe Olzag is on the right because he's got his little service revolver.
Yeah.
Although Olzag doesn't have a service revolver, does he?
He does.
Yep.
Oh, I thought he had a semi-automatic.
He has a.
Oh, it's a revolver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has
Mhm.
the Moss Nagant, and he has the Nagant 1895.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Let's see here.
Remember, because we were like, "What the fuck is this thing?" It's a 7-round revolver.
Yeah, a 7-round revolver that uses 7.62.
Yeah, 7.62 by 25. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the
buddy.
fuck is this?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, they're fun. They're fun. They're
Good
fun's
lord.
what they are.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are camped out in this room. And she also informs you if you guys need the assistance of a doctor, a doctor is in this room. He's from out of town, and he got trapped here a couple months ago. And let's see here. If you need the assistance of her, she and her father sleep here and here, respectively. Like I said, she's about like very early 20s, so obviously she doesn't share a room with her dad, but they both have the big rooms. But yeah, like those are the only two people she like points out. I don't want my ping to be brown. That's gross.
What?
My ping is
You're
brown.
gross. You're gross.
Thank you.
That was funny.
But yeah, so you're led to your rooms. What's everyone do for like the rest of the night? Do you just go straight to sleep? Does anybody work on any projects? Do you guys put together a watch? Do you guys like how? Actually, this is a good question for Malganovich. These men are now under your watch, and it's nappy poo time.
It's let's see. There's 3 of us. Well, there's 4 of us. So we'll
Blanky
each...
mode activated. Hashtag good night gang. Sorry.
Yeah. He's gonna advise everyone set up kind of along this wall as much as we can. Mostly because if you're thinking tactically, you want to be the furthest away from, like, in terms of angle from the door. Because I assume the door opens like this. Right?
The door opens. Yeah, we'll say
Out?
the door can open inward. That's fine.
Then you have a window.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, that's a fire hazard. And then I realized what country we're in.
Yeah, and what part of that country you're in.
Yeah, this door
Right.
probably goes both ways.
Imagine fires.
Yeah, right.
In Russia, never happens. More likely to freeze than burn.
But, that would mean that this part of the, like, this side of the room is the most tactically advantageous because it would give us the most time to ready ourselves, and also we wouldn't be near the window.
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
overly paranoid to be thinking about stuff like that, but, he explains his reasoning for it. No, I don't want to take my token. Oh god. I become one.
I am become
God.
Destroyer.
I become...
Now I am become Sleepy, the goer to bed.
Yeah.
But there's,
Hey,
there's 4 of us, so for doing 8 hours, that's a 2-hour watch for everybody, and he will volunteer to take first because leaders go first.
Right.
Okay. I will take second. Give me time to write letter to grandmother.
Yeah.
Babushka
Yeah.
is probably worried. I speak to her very often.
in third.
Wait, what did you say?
In third.
Oh, okay.
Also,
like-
so do you like how proportionately tall my token is?
Fuck you and your tall ass. You didn't exist in this fucking game in this day and age.
Right?
Actually, that's probably why you got put on grunt duty. You were too fucking tall to fit in a tank.
Yeah, right.
Or a plane.
Yeah, but
Good lord. Okay, so we've got first watch is commander, second watch is cook, third watch is Akadote?
see.
Yeah. Okay.
Giant
well,
man.
Yeah, well, first infantryman, Constantine, stretches out on one of the couches and says, "Well, if I am not needed for night, I am going to catch some sleep after reading portions of manual." And he flips open his manual and kicks his feet up on the side of the couch.
You know, it's going to be hard to service truck when truck is...
He looks at you and he goes, "Who says that this is only manual for truck?" And he flips through the somewhat thick book, and you notice that he's kind of like stapled other manuals into it.
Oh my god, he's creating an anarchist's cookbook.
Kinda. I mean, it's
Creative
more of
use.
just, huh?
Creative use of party supplies. I will overlook.
He says, "What? They don't issue 3-ring binders to just anyone." And continues to read his thing with a slight grin on his face.
Yes, and it's the same reason we have you train grenade practice with potatoes.
Yeah.
Worth more than you.
Yeah. True.
Potatoes are worth much more than any of your lives to me. You know
Yeah,
how many potatoes is necessary to make good stew?
Good
Yeah.
question.
Olzeg's gonna like pull up a chair and like post up here-ish, facing the door.
Yeah.
Be like, gentlemen,
There is no door.
let us get as much sleep as we can.
Yeah.
Blinky mode engaged.
Question, can I tell my babushka of you three? I'm sure she'd love to hear these stories.
Duh. As long as they
Nah.
go through proper KGB censor.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Avanad chirps in. What counts as proper KGB censor whenever it comes through, whenever we are trapped in Helltown?
Me.
Avanad, like, throws up a goofy fucking, like, salute, and then, like, fucking goes back to
Yeah, he
reading.
gives him a nod. It's like, damn right.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. So you guys go through the night, and everybody who did a watch, give me a spot hidden.
Oh boy. Do you want us to go in order?
Yes. Well,
Too late.
never mind.
Too late.
Okay.
Well,
Hey.
Um,
Kryakov, you didn't matter anyways. You failed.
Joke's on you. I didn't matter to begin with.
Right. And Anatoly?
I'm just pretty.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Well, I'm not fixing that.
yeah, you guys both can push those rolls if you like.
Fine.
You
So
might stub
pushing-
your
hold on.
toe in the
before
dark.
we do anything, right? Yeah, before we do anything, pushing the roll, Kryakov, you wake up and you're incredibly tired. You're trying to focus, right? But also
Yeah.
you want to rest your eyes. If you want to push the roll, and you fail, you'll probably be tired for the rest of the day as well, which might have impacts on your rolls. Anatoly, you woke up in the middle of the night. All of your comrades are fast asleep. If you want to push this roll, you might disturb their sleep, and this would potentially, what am I thinking? This would potentially debuff the party slightly.
Do you realize it is the only thing more dumb than waking up a commander is waking up the commander and the guys with the guns?
Fair.
So,
Brother,
no, we're
you're
not
forgetting
pushing
the
that roll.
bombs. You're forgetting the bombs.
True.
I know you won't try and do anything here with those because you would probably get yelled at by the commander.
Yeah. And
I
Krikov, were
mean,
you
if
gonna
you
push
wake up
that?
if you wake up the commander, I think he'd look the other way.
Mm.
But I'm gonna make
You
the
take that
life.
chance. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the life choice of not pushing
Okay.
the roll because I've got a 29 in that, so I'm gonna not push my
Yeah.
roll.
Right.
Push
Yeah.
it.
You don't want to
It's not
be.
fair.
He don't want to be sleepy the rest of the day.
I have a
Um,
50-50 chance normally, but I'm not going to push it because this is not a 50-50 chance. This is what we call
Roll 20?
fucking roll 20,
Quantumly
man.
randomized
Quantumly
dice.
randomized trademark. Okay, so Olzeg, you're the only one who notices, right? So the night goes by without incident, but Olzeg, near the end of your watch, probably right as you're about to wake up Anatoly, you take a look across your men. It's been a long day. They're all sleeping. And you've seen these men sleep. You've had restless nights. Everyone in this group has. But everybody knows after a hard day, everybody is a rock. Usually a couple of them are snoring. Like not moving, that sort of thing. It is quiet enough that you could hear a pin drop beneath the breath, like the quiet, shallow breaths that your friends make or your squad makes, and all of them are just like fidgeting, like really bad. Like they all seem to be just restless.
Hmm.
And maybe that thought and that observation kind of cuts through your mind before you yourself have a big yawn and realize your body is sore and it has been pushed to both its physical and mental limits for the day after the car accident, the interaction with whatever was going on, losing your commanding officer. All of that put together has put a pretty big strain on you.
Yeah, he does look at it and probably stands perfectly still and watches it for a moment, but I mean, from the Great War, he's probably seen equally fucked up things and just assumes that they're all having nightmares about, scissor birds and truckmen.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorbird?
And then just tries not to think of Edward Scissorbird.
Scissor bird truck hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, truck hand. Yeah, scissor bird truck hands. Yes.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. That's my
Scissorbird-
favorite.
Edward Scissorbird in real life Optimus Prime.
Yeah, exactly. Olzeg, since you've noticed that, make me a willpower check.
So power.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, I think I still have enough
You
luck
have
to
luck.
where I can
Yes.
push that
Until
to
you
a
go
success.
and you're about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Which means you're gonna recoup your luck anyway. Okay, you push that to a success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you notice that all of your men go to sleep incredibly anxiously. So you kind of take note of that importance. And as you go to sleep, you remember your dreams. No one else will. You fall asleep and your dreams are you're in a dark area and you see someone sitting at a desk. They have what seems to be a phone attached to their face. And then on the other side, it appears to be a what do you call it? Morse code line. And they're just typing on a typewriter, and taking that, setting it on the table, occasionally marking something. Do you do anything, or do you just observe?
Probably like he does just like stand stock still for a moment.
Yeah.
Probably baffled by whatever this is, but would reach down towards his hip for checking if he has his pistol.
You reach down and you look down, and you're completely gray. You aren't wearing any clothes, but Also, you're not naked.
I'm
You're
just gray.
and completely smooth. Yeah.
I have turned into a Ken doll. This is a fate worse than death.
Yeah.
I'll approach the telemarketer.
Yeah, you slowly approach, and as you approach, you feel as if there's a string attached to your ribcage, slowly drawing you in, kind of almost dragging you from your center of mass. It feels like your legs are nearly vestigial, and the fact that you're walking towards it, while it was your own choice, is of a motive force that goes beyond your own comprehension. You approach, and you see the figure. You get a closer look. It appears to have one large eye that is completely closed. It's wearing a suit, but a suit that seems of a design you're not familiar with. And as you look, that typing that you thought was a typewriter appears to be on some sort of machine of some sort. It's smooth and boxy, and there's some sort of light that protrudes from all around him.
Do I bother it further?
It's only a dream. What could happen?
Yeah, it's only a dream in a Call of Cthulhu
Do it.
game.
Do it.
I'm
Fuck it.
getting very much vibes of, remember that little doll you messed with in the very first Cthulhu game we played?
Yeah, but that ended up being a good thing, because that kind of clued us in on weird shit, and it's also how my character got magic, so...
True.
Give me necromancy. Give me necromancy.
No, you're not going to become the bombomancer. But,
I will. I'll do it.
probably shuffles a little closer to this thing, trying to be quiet to not disturb it.
Yeah.
He's trying to see if this thing is breathing.
It doesn't appear to be breathing. And you shuffle closer, and it feels, the closer you get, like your spine has an icicle slowly dripping down your column. And your whole body gets goosebumps. And at some point, you cross a threshold, and you realize that there's no turning back. You have this overwhelming urge to sprint away, to turn away, even to close your eyes, but you're frozen in motion, almost as if time has stopped around you. The being looks up and opens its one large eye, and inside the eye, you see indistinct movement and strange shapes. It stares you directly into the eyes, as if it looks at you and through you at the same time. You awake in a cold sweat. And as you awake, you are being awoke by a knock on the door.
Sit up, like, holds on for a while, and then goes, "Who is there?"
Yeah, and all of you have awoken at this point. You look out the window, and it seems the very faintest tinges of sunrise are coming up. This is about when you guys would normally wake up anyway.
I forgot I was going to make bread today.
You, the door, outside of the door, you, outside of the door, you hear, somebody kind of like humming something.
Probably look to everyone and, like, very quietly be like, "It could be one of the peasants, but just in case."
I was gonna
Ready.
say, the cook's already got fucking Mosin pointed at the door.
Yeah.
Don't put it. Don't. He's like, "Remember, trigger discipline." And then,
Yeah,
like,
it's safety.
very carefully goes to safety's on Russian guns.
Actually, there is no safety on a Mosin.
That's
why
what I
said
meant.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we have safety on these things?
Yeah.
Yes,
very
it's called your
carefully
trigger
goes
finger.
to,
It's called
open.
trigger discipline.
open the door.
What do
Yeah, you hear pirog plivet po mizzibi kibo pirog is boho. Oh, friend, you're awake. Um,
Skyrim?
and you hear somebody. Yeah, right. You hear somebody who you don't recognize their voice necessarily. Like you vaguely recognize it, but like it's not like someone that you're familiar with.
I'm sorry, have we met before?
Yes, we met last night. Um, he's like, we met last night whenever you first came in. It is me, Rafael Pavlovic. I am your, I figured you could probably use guide around town. And, well, I've nothing better to do.
What are you drinking, my friend? Can I have some?
he, he peers through the doorway, like his head like almost darts into the crack in the doorway. Um, and Olzeg, you get a whiff of just awful booze breath. And like you see this man's like eye that's caked over in sleep, and it's like all red and dilated. And he kind of, oh, a friend needs a friend indeed, and just like shoves a bottle of like some sort of like American whiskey through the door.
How did you get a hold of this? And he like
Contraband.
sneers at
Interesting.
the probably like the Made in America or the American flag on it.
Yeah.
American whiskey.
Hey,
Hogwash.
Saves me from having to use my own stock. Takes a swig.
Yeah, and he kind of like,
I was actually about to
uh,
have some.
huh?
I said, how convenient. I was actually about to just pour myself some. Like, actual.
Yeah. He says, you may call it contraband. I personally enjoy calling it a good time. And as for your derisiveness, Senor Commandant, and like he kind of like throws up like this goofy ass like fake salute. He says, it's not like it gets you drunk any worse. Hell, there's a little bit of a taste you could get used to.
Oh God, I kind of
You're
want
not
to.
a party man, are you?
I kind of want to use intimidate just to kind of like clap back because. Just. Should I do it, boys?
Oh yeah, duh. You
No
you
balls.
are the KGB.
No balls. No balls. Do it. Pussy. No balls.
Yeah, like Olzek's not short, but he's not tall, but he's probably big enough to where like he kind of gets in this guy's face and just kind of looks at him. And he's like, "So you're saying that you are supporting capitalists, hmm?"
He looks at you and did you push that intimidate?
No, that was a success.
Oh, that was power. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he looks at you and for a second he looks like he's like a little bit nervous and then he just busts out laughing and goes Oh, that is good one, friend. Supporting capitalists, supporting communists, supporting fascists, supporting my grandmother, my children. It's all the same. And he kind of like is slumped a little bit and he says, when was the last time that you took a breath of fresh air that wasn't out of your ass? I kid. And like he like has this huge just like I don't give a shit grin.
Hey, since we are friends, I do have question for you. Is
He says,
there a...
how can help?
Yes, So, you know, as they say, the mail must go through. Do you know of any place to send mail from here? You see, you talk of supporting grandmama, and my babushka is, well, I have letter for her. Would like to send if possible.
He looks at you and cocks his head and goes, normally mail doesn't really go out or come in, but I may know a guy. And he
Oh.
kind of like does that thing with his nose where he's like I've got a thing I'm like thinking about.
I've got a thing,
Yeah,
and you want to know it.
yeah, right, exactly.
I got a job, Dad. I got a job,
He says,
Dad.
but if you want to know how to get mail out of this area, well, friends, I come with a proposition for you.
Kind of shoots a glance at Olzeg. Proposition?
He says, "Oh, well, I must take permission to speak first," and like point and like looks at Olzeg.
Yeah, he kind of like reaches up to scratch his chin, but it's also so he can like move his lapel just enough to show like that he does have like a KGB like badge or something on his lapel.
Doesn't seem to like
But
he
he's-
looks at it and then looks at you with the exact same expression
like-
he has.
Well, proposition could always lead us to more of this smuggling ring.
He says, "Well, here is proposition. I was wanting to give you a tour of Old Town and give you, well, I wanted to give you a little more nuanced and subtle approach to this, but I can see that you are in much need. So the fat man, the one who runs this bar, my friend and enemy, Stepan, is not letting you stay another night, no?"
Unfortunately, he only allowed me to use his kitchen for breakfast today.
Says, that makes sense. Well, Old Town has few houses that are locked down under, we'll say, rough conditions, meaning local street toughs have decided to charge premium for them. However, I happen to know a way to deal with this. And all it'll take you to do is community service.
What kind? Sorry, Commander. Is really your ballpark to say.
No, consider that question backed by the Rodina.
Yeah. Says, well, you party men are always so keen on helping your fellow man, at least in talking and using air, but I have proposition that would really help people. You see, Gasworks in town, they are not working right now. And normally we have friend comrade Lubitschek who takes care of whole thing. Well, Lubitschek refuses to go in Gasworks. Says Gasworks is haunted. So I figured big strapping men such as yourselves who are willing to shoot at a monster. You are not afraid of any ghosts, correct?
No, apparently we are less afraid of them than you are.
Well, I am simply a wanderer, a traveler, a skald. I don't do violence. It's not exactly what I do. But I'm surprisingly connected in this town.
Connected enough to get Amerikansky vodka.
Connected in good ways or connected in ways in which helping you will be seen as crime against community. I do not want to work with a shyster.
Tell me, Commander, in what way is turning on the heat for all these poor freezing people going to be seen as working for the enemy of some kind?
Because men like you do not work out of the bottom of their hearts, you work out of the bottom of your pockets.
Cha! Ah, you party men, always the same.
Am I
Don't
wrong?
thi- He says, you're right, but only under different circumstances. I figure I'm here now. I'm part of community now. I didn't want to be in Severovo, but
Where
it's
do you
not
come
as if I
from?
have choice.
Where do you come from before? Severogorsk?
Ah, he says, where do I not come from, friend? If there is an acre of this country that I have not seen, then you may stamp my forehead and call me defective.
So you have been to Gulag.
He says, He looks at you and he says, true, Gulag is no fun. They take away my balalaika. They take away my guitar too. They even take away my drum. They always say, how do you get instruments? I tell them, how do you not have instruments? Then they beat me. And like
He nods at the
reaches,
and then they beat me part like, yeah, I can see that.
yeah, he reaches for his like whiskey.
I love that.
He takes a swig and kind of wipes his mouth and says, so, we have deal or not? I will take you to Old Town and communicate with bad street thugs who profit off of misery for you, and then you go and fix town's heat problem. Okie dokie smoky.
You're still planning on showing me how to get letter to Babushka, your
Have,
person?
of course, this has two things. One, you get to meet a friend of mine who I think you will very much like in your current position. And two, you get to go and have a nice little home. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Cozy.
Eh, well, cozy is all you can afford out here, to be honest. Be lucky it is not cabin on edge of town. I hear that there are strange noises at night from those. So how do you guys react?
We are wasting whatever daylight we have talking about this pointless minutia. If you want to get us to the Gasworks, it'd be best that we do so before something else. And then he pauses and was about to say like, supernatural, but then goes, farm accident related happens.
He says, ah, yes, a farm accident to you? Another day for me? Strangeness for the rest of the town. One thing that you'll learn, Captain, and he starts walking towards the stairs. He says, is the sooner that you don't talk in riddles, is the sooner that the riddles you hear around you make a little sense. And he starts walking down the stairs, just humming, just like like sort of thing, just to himself.
Yeah, look over at the others and be like,
did he take his bottle of vodka of whiskey with him, or do we still have it?
No, he took it with him.
Oh,
Damn it.
dick. Kind of look to the others and be like, I do not trust this man as far as I can throw him, but I do not believe we have many options.
It's
And
okay, I can throw him very far.
Yeah,
And
he's
if he does-
thin.
That is because
And-
you are Goliath.
Yeah, what were you saying?
And if he does in fact have a way to get information outside of the city, then perhaps once we bring more of the Rodina here, we can get to the bottom of things and then, put him where he belongs.
And hopefully this time you won't find instruments.
Yeah.
What a
I don't know. I'm
racketeer.
curious to see what he can do with the guitar.
I have feeling he will always find instrument.
And you hear from the stairwell, "Tally ho! We are burning daylight."
That's
Also, real quick,
Yeah.
I'm going on a walk because I need a drink.
Hooray!
So don't worry, I can still remote my computer. That's fine.
Okay. Good.
I just wanted to let you know if I wasn't able to talk. That's why.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So, what do you guys do?
I'd probably tell everyone, like, equipment check, boys, and, like, get everybody ready to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's good.
Yeah. While you guys are doing your equipment check, Avanad kind of chuckles and he says, "Come here," and points at the window.
Look out the window.
Yeah,
Sanity
you look
check.
out the window, and you
Roll to look
notice.
out the window.
Yeah, definitely. No, you look out the window and you notice Pavlovich is like laying in the snow, like on his side, kind of moving around a little bit, but he's like got the bottle in his arms, you know.
The absolute mad lad. Out of curiosity, is that a Jack Daniels he's got?
No, actually,
No?
do you read English?
I can't.
Maybe?
I could probably barely
Unless
read
you
Russian.
actually took skills in it, you can only know your native language.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I didn't take skills in English.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you notice that the bottle is a glass bottle with a white label, and it has it's a white label with a bullseye on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know which one that is off the top of my head. I know it's not Jack or Jim.
correct.
And those are the only two that I really care about. So.
But yeah, he's just out there, vibing.
Yeah, he do be vibing, though.
He do kind of be vibing, though.
I like that guy.
But, what time
I'll
is
say,
it?
yeah.
You look at your watch and
Oh, he's fancy. You know
Yeah.
he's an officer. He's got a watch.
right. So he you look at your watch and you see that it is currently I'd say it's about 6:30. And it's blisteringly cold outside. So like this
So,
guy.
he's already drunk at 6:30 in the morning, which means he's probably not gone to bed.
I mean, he's pretty much always drunk. You remember meeting him last night just for like a brief moment as you kind of were introduced to everybody. And he was drunk then too.
I like that guy.
How is he not dead? Remember,
Because he's most likely American spy.
remember, just because drink makes you feel warm, does not mean it make you warmer. In fact, you will die quicker out there, so keep your nightcaps to yourself until we are back in the warmth, yes?
What if I happen to share it with some young maiden?
Only if it is to ply their tongues that we might learn more of predicament.
Avanad
You-
looks over and goes, yes, just to learn more about their predicament. And like continues reading his manual.
Their
I will
You
do
know-
something this time.
The cook hears many things, and the kitchen is the arbiter of a great many great stories. You can be sure I will be bringing anything I find to you, Lieutenant.
As would be expected.
Yeah.
Now,
Of course.
let us go before our new friend is dead in the snow.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
get feeling he's not dead. No matter what.
Yeah.
If
And
honest.
yeah. And you guys, let's see here. Let me get you back here. You guys go outside and you see him on the ground, he's still like humming that song to himself, and he like leans over, looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, there's me. Where the fuck did you come from?" And kind of like
Building.
picks him.
Same as you before you fall down drunk on your ass.
Didn't
Reach
fall
down and
down.
like hoist him up.
Yeah, he gets hoisted, and as he's hoisted, he's like, "I didn't fall down. I simply sat down and then decided to take a slightly quicker than normal horizontal travel." And
Stop
Get
being
hoisted.
vertically challenged and help us find these gasworks.
Yeah, he says, "Wait, we cannot go to Gasworks first. First thing we need to do is run errands so we can get into Gasworks."
Hey, look, I am cook. I like to go shopping. However, not if I'm using my own money.
No, no, we are not shopping. Do not worry. I will. All will be clear in a minute. And he starts walking you guys to the low income district. You get into this district, and there's one long road that cuts through the middle of it. There's a park off to your guys' or off to the west, and there seems to be some sort of municipal building um, off to the east, like the east northeast. But he's walking you through, and this place is a typical slum. All of you have seen places like this before. Maybe not as rural, but you get the picture. Big concrete buildings, small wooden buildings, mishmash between each other, sheets of tin that are and sheets of steel that have
A
definitely
shanty
been,
town.
exactly.
It's the
definitely-
ghetto, but Russian.
Yeah, and like all of it. Also, that was blaringly loud in the funniest way.
Sorry.
It's like
You're
one of
good.
those ear rape memes.
Yeah. But you are you are sitting there and or you're walking through there. You see a couple people sitting outside freezing. You see a big roaring fire in the middle of the park. And you see a lot of very unsafe fires flicking through windows. In just containers and stuff. Not many fireplaces out here, so a lot of people make do with what they can. As you're walking, he takes a distinct turn into an alleyway, and you see this big metal door, and he kind of like leans back and then leans forward and just thoom, thoom, thoom on the door. The slot opens up and he goes, "What's the password?" And he goes, "Fuck you, you know me. Get the fuck out of my face." The guy like looks at him for a second and then closes it, opens it, and then just punches him in the face.
Good.
Looks down the alleyway and goes, "Oh, you must be the newcomers."
I've been wanting to do that all day. Thank you very much.
"No problem. You still got all your teeth?" And he like reaches down and Raphael takes his hand and goes, "Ugh, yeah, you got me good on that one." And they give each other a hug. And then he like looks in and goes, "Boris in?" "Yeah, Boris is here." "Good, I need words with him. Can we come in?" And he says, "Well, I suppose you can come in, but don't touch anything." And he looks at the soldiers and goes, "Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I would prefer if my things stayed in the same places that they were. You know."
Hands to self, of course. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
We
So-
of the Committee for State Security never take what is not needed.
Yeah. He looks at you, cocks an eyebrow, and goes, "What? You part of some sort of organization?" And like when he says organization, you know that he knows exactly where you're from, but he
Yeah.
just wants to hear you say it.
He just kind of like rolls his eyes and he's like, God, I'm trying to think. He's like, yes, I'm Orthodox priest come to spread word of Cloud Wizard.
"Oh, Father Boro would love to talk to you then." And he kind of like ushers you in, satisfied with your sarcastic little snark.
Lieutenant, please, you will have to teach me that trick sometime.
Your mouth, I think you already know it.
So
What?
you guys,
Do you think I was talking of sarcasm? No, I was talking about how you managed to keep a straight face while rolling eyes at the same time.
He just points to how ugly his face is. He's like, when you look like me, it's very easy.
Yeah. He leads you in, and so first of all, Olzeg, you immediately know what this is. This is a smuggler's den, like tried and true. There's all sorts of foreign goods everywhere, crates of all sorts of stuff that you shouldn't have. There's even there's even a crate marked with the Red Army's insignia on it.
Yeah, like you see Olzeg, he's like looking around, he's like, Egyptian cotton from British Egypt.
Yeah.
Beer from fascist Germany. Where did you get Red Army supplies?
It fell off a truck.
You know,
That is
I have
oldest
many
excuse.
supplies that have fallen off trucks in my time.
Hmm.
Don't think I've ever seen something quite so brash, though.
Hmm.
And pray tell where you got this Turkish wine.
Says,
What kind of truck does that fall off? Turkish truck?
yeah, he was about to say a Turkish truck. And Raphael goes, since our friend is too rude to introduce himself, this man is Vedran, and then like he gets elbowed in the ribs and goes, we'll keep it to Vedran for now, friends, if you don't mind. And he says, I am a man about town who generally can get you what you want or get you away from what you don't.
Can you get things where they need to go?
Well, that depends. What are you trying to get and where?
Moscow.
He nods and goes, I can get small things to Moscow.
Letters, maybe?
Letters are easy. I can do letters.
Communications, so that we can try and figure out how to get more men in here to figure out what is going on.
Says, yes, I can do that, but as I have heard it from my comrade here, he is asking you to do something beforehand, and seeing how, even though he looks like a schlep and a slum dog, he also happens to have a few favors with me, so no offense, but we will not be doing any business until you have done whatever he is asking you to do. The other favor is that I am keeping a hold of someone that you all need to talk to real quick, apparently.
Enlighten us.
He opens up a door in this dusty building, and you see someone who is tied to a chair, gagged. Their head is they're like dressed in like pretty. They're just in their underclothes, right? Like just like underwear and like a tank top. And their feet are sitting in a bucket of water. And keep in mind, this place is fucking cold.
Yeah, it's torture method.
Yeah, exactly. And they say, and Raphael looks in and kind of flinches and goes, ugh, man, I cannot. He says, Vedran, how could you keep a man in that sort of condition?
Better question, why have you not used electrolysis while he is in the water?
You think that I have car batteries sitting around spare? Scratch. You think I have car batteries sitting around spare that I want to discharge?
You know, I think I know where we might be able to find actually scratch that.
And Raphael goes in and like very attentively like takes the bucket out, like and like starts to check him for marks and pulls the gag out, and you hear, "Yeah, get off me!" like sort of thing, like I cannot believe that you have kept me in this, like sort of thing. And Raphael's like, shh, 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 Boris, this is your lucky day. Gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Boris Lubitschek, previous Gasworks maintenance man. Boris, these are friends.
Yeah, Olzeg walks up and, like, hands behind his back and nods to him, and he goes, Junior Lieutenant Olzig Marganovich of the Red Army in the Committee for State Security.
He looks up at you and then like spits on the ground beside you. And by the way, how's everyone reacting to the fact that there's just a dude in like a torture chair right now?
I'm probably fucking used to it.
Yeah.
I'm a KGB spook.
Yeah. Olzeg? Or not Olzeg, Anatoly?
God, man, why you have to do this? At least,
Don't worry, he's not well liked around town. He's the only thing between us and getting gas and heat back to village. It's been a month. People have died.
And so you think the best way to convince him of the error of his ways is to torture him? Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I figure if we're cold, he needs to be colder. Kryakov, how are you reacting to this?
Not amazingly. That's kind of. I mean, so comparatively to everyone else, it's slightly sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually
I'm.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
You actually find
Oh,
kinship in Avanad, because like maybe Avanad leans against the wall and kind of like rubs his bald head and just goes, "Shush, this is too much."
Indeed.
Yeah. So
Starts nervously fidgeting with Pop and Putty.
so Olzeg, he spits at your feet. Olzeg? Check your chart, James.
Indeed, check the chart. I was gonna say, what would the roll be to, like, if I wanted to just, like, clock him in the cheek with a pistol?
I mean, you are in a position of power right now. You could just do it.
Yeah, he's just like, He, like, looks down at it, looks up at him, kind of has that, like, thoughtful look of, crack. Like, pulls out the pistol, flips it around, clocks him in the cheek with the butt.
Oh, and you knock a tooth loose for sure. Like, the chair tips over, he slams down, and, like, he spits out a tooth. He's like, oh, chart! Whoa. And, like, looks up and is like, the fuck do you want?
We went into the gasworks without the mouth.
He says, you don't want to go in Gasworks. Weird things happen there.
He kneels down, like, towards him. He goes, are you going to tell me what I want?
He,
Bad idea, man. Last
Make
person
me-
who told him that ended up turned into truck.
Yeah.
Let's-
That's fucking true.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Make me an intimidate roll. Normal success is fine. I mean, give yourself a -10 to the DC as well. Or a +10. Whatever the correct one would be.
So that would actually be a 41 then?
Mm-hmm.
Or it'd be a 51 out of 85.
One of the two.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah, dude's pissing his pants. He's gonna cry. Maybe shit and come.
Gonna cry.
But yeah, so
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like, no, sir, not at all. I'm simply trying to give you warning.
Your warning has been considered. And as most things that I believe you will continue to say, I'm ignoring it.
Hey, Avanad, I have a question. Is this gasworks thing as simple as flipping a few levers, or is this constant around-the-clock maintenance?
Avanad, kind of like, he's got his back turned to the door, and he kind of turns back towards you and is like, well, it looks like Most gasworks are as simple as sending someone in to check the valves every day. But if everything's been shut off, I have to warm the baby up again. I could
So you're
probably
telling
do
me
it.
we pay good rations for a whiny baby like this to complain
And
for a simple task?
he says, yes, but he's also probably only one in town trained to deal with catastrophe at Gasworks. Of course, I'm in town now, so.
So he's expendable?
Avanad does not answer that question. Avanad kind of like looks at you, and you get this look of just like this kind of cold nervousness, and he just kind of turns around back to like where he was kind of facing. He's pretending to guard the door essentially.
He doesn't want to see this side of the party.
Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with like the fact that the four people who he's been like, or the three people who he's been essentially friends with for like a couple months is like are like beating the shit out of this guy.
If
As
he
One of
knew-
them is.
If
Yeah.
he knew Anatoly at all, he would know that Anatoly is. All of this is bluff.
right.
Anatoly doesn't legitimately mean any of this. He's just
Sure.
trying to scare the guy into doing what he wants. You know what needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Sure. And it's like you know when you've worked with someone for like a couple months and you like know them pretty well, but they could definitely throw things out that surprise you still,
Mhm.
and you like don't know all the facts about him. He's at that stage. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's kind of where all of you are. None of you have
I
like
think so.
served with each other before that, you know. But yeah. So continue.
Well, are you going to continue to give me lip, or should I take lip?
He says, no, please, I will talk. I will talk.
Pat him on the head like a dog, and then like sit the chair back up.
Mm-hmm. He kind of looks a little concussed and a little, he's got a little line of blood going down the side of his mouth. Oh, by the way, just to remind our audience, this is in fact an 18+ channel. So we might do some unethical and immoral shit.
Hey,
so
but
just-
it's gonna be epic.
it's gonna be epic.
This is
But-
this is how they make Purple Codex merchandise.
They beat.
We're going into the Purple Codex factory, guys.
Warehouse. It's just people beating people with guns after they've tortured them with freezing water.
Yeah. So yeah. What's your next move there? Olzeg? Or Anatoly? Whoever.
He kind of looks to the guy who let us in and is like, he like shows like the butt of his gun. He's like, real hard wood, varnished, varnished, veneered. It kept me through the Great War. It kept me through the Revolution. It keeps me through bullshit like his.
And he nods and goes, I've seen a few of those pass through here. Not with markings of rank, of course.
Not with, and he like points to like the serial number on the barrel. He's like, not with any markings, I assume.
And he shrugs and says, can't be helped. Sandpaper just finds its way around here.
You are very lucky that I am in need of all of you, and that I cannot call for assistance, or else T-34s everywhere. Gross misallocation of resources. Don't care. We'll take
Yeah, and-
off main gun, put in flamethrower.
He says, God bless Russia. And like,
Hey,
or
we
God
don't,
bless the People's Party. And
we
like,
don't
leaves
use
that.
we don't
don't
use
use-
that word here.
Yeah, we don't use the G word here.
Yeah.
They hold your god holds no power over Mother Russia.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, sorry, expression." Boris is just like sitting there, just looking around, like fucking terrified. He's not saying a word.
So Boris, what would we have to do to get you back into maintaining the vital and life-giving gasworks that are the lifeline of these people.
He looks wide-eyed and says, "I'm not going back. I can give you key. I'm not going back. You could kill me. You could do whatever. I am not going back."
What if we chased away the ghosts?
He looks at you and says, "Chase away what? How do you chase away what isn't there, but what is there?"
You tell me.
He just
Pulls
looks
out,
dumbfounded.
pulls out flask, takes drink.
And Raphael kind of like looks at the flask, then looks at his whiskey and takes a drink too, thinking, like, realizing he's forgotten a drink in the last 5 minutes.
So
Yeah.
we take key, we take care of gasworks for you, and then what? What are you going to do with old Boris here?
Boris says, please, just, I promise, I will not cause any trouble. I will give you key. Just put me back in my house. That's all I want."
God, I'm trying to find it. The one bad thing with Call of Cthulhu is it makes you like, all right, what can I roll so that I can get more rolls so that I can potentially get more skills?
Yeah, right? That's what I love, though.
Where I'm like, how would I persuade him in this situation?
Do you have fast talk?
Could I
have
use shoot?
persuade,
You could use that.
but I'm like,
What, shoot? Please?
Nope.
Bang! Are you gonna come with us?
Also, I did learn one thing. You cannot push shoot rolls. So that one time that you guys blew up a mail truck,
Oh,
shouldn't have happened.
Not legal. I don't
Not
fucking
legal.
care.
Blow up a mail truck. I must have not been there.
Remember
for that one.
when it was the same campaign as the homeless pocket grenades. When
I don't
we were
think I was
trying to
there for
stop
that
the
one.
mail truck and I accidentally shot out the wheel and it went off of a fucking bridge.
yeah, was Gunner there? I remember.
Yeah, he was.
I was only there for the very first episode of Easy Reliable.
No. This was a off-channel game. It was the
I
one.
don't
Remember
remember.
homeless pocket grenades?
No.
You don't remember?
Yeah, I
homeless
don't think
pocket
he was
grenades?
there. I think it was you, Reese, Daniel, and why am I forgetting his name? Derek.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was because Gideon. It was Smith,
Ravenor. Smith and Ravenor. Yeah. Best goddamn representation in a Call of Cthulhu world. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, I don't care if that wasn't legal.
Yeah, you still blew up. Still blew up a mail truck in my.
Anyway.
Ooh.
Okay. Or I'm like,
yeah. So what are you trying to persuade him of?
you will come with us. You will assist us in working this machinery, and maybe I will make sure that you stay warm from now on. Like pointing towards the ice bucket they'd had him in.
At very least, you could tell our friend Avinad what to do to get this place up and running.
He says, okay. Look, I know I am not in position to bargain, but people here do not like me, and they definitely do want to cause me harm. You just hear in the background, fucking, Vedran go, here! He says, I will help you. Take care of Gasworks. And turn machine on, because it is 3-man job. I will help you. But you need to protect me from the ghosts. And from the spirits that haunt that place. And you need to make sure that the town does not make me just disappear one day.
I will
You
do
know-
everything that I can to make sure you are taken care of.
You know, we could always have big hero party for you. Parade you in streets as hero you rightfully are. Single-handedly doing a 3-man job all by yourself, fighting off feral beasts at every corner, becoming, well, the savior of the town.
Hmm. Do you want to make me
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I like that. I want to see how effective it is.
We're going to push that roll.
Okay. What is
You
our push
could
condition?
succeed with luck.
A-
You could use...
Actually, let's just use the luck. Let's.
Yeah.
I was like,
Right.
hold up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have the luck.
Yeah.
I have the luck.
He looks at you and goes, "Hell, that would clear my name in whole town, probably." And Vedran, he says, "Don't worry, I didn't hear that. I'll participate in ticker tape, assuming you all will be good customers."
Whatever you wish, my friend.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
friends.
And
You
let me
say
give you-
what now? You say
Yeah.
what now?
let me give you a description of Vadran, by the way. He's a big guy, who has like a long balding hairdo, like a handlebar mustache with like scraggly like beard and like chin dusting, um, and
So-
like he's pretty heavy.
So he's exactly what you would expect when you would think American trying to be a Russian spy. Trying to grow a beard that is obviously not Russian. And yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, no, he's what you would think of when you think of a big fat greasy old balding man.
Yeah.
But yeah, says, "Okay, you have deal. I'm more than happy to help. Please just let me get untied and get dressed and get the key."
Let him up.
Yeah, and at that, Vedran walks in with a big fucking combat knife from America, and like,
Fuck
Cut-
yeah.
Is
the
nothing
rope-
here made in glorious Russia. All of this shit. Fucking Americans.
he says, "You're right. The horse manure's made at the stables. It's pretty high quality," and like cuts the fucking ropes. And yeah, he smacks him on the back of the head and goes, "Oh, be proud, Russian test animal. Have fun." And gets a scowl from Boris and kind of gets up and says, "If you want to come with me, my house is just a block down." Boris, what did you do? Or not Boris. Says, "Veteran, what did you do with my clothes?" And Veteran tosses him some raggedy clothes. He says,
Somehow
"And
I don't feel those were his clothes.
Yeah, he says, "The fuck is this? There's not even boots in here." Veteran goes, "Fine, but this is coming out of your next transaction," and slides him a pair of boots. Yeah, he gets dressed and leads you guys outside to a small hovel. It's real shitty, you know. Gets some proper clothes on with like a puffed coat, like an overstuffed cotton filled coat. Very cheap, most likely handmade, maybe even by him. Grabs a toolbox, and then he stands on top of his dresser. And you notice that there's an area that like recently had like some Mod Podge or something similar put on it. And he like takes his hand and just bop, like right through it. And you see that's like fresh drywall. Reaches around, pulls down a key, looks at the rest of you and goes, "For the safety of everyone else." And yeah, he starts walking you guys towards the gaswork. Raphael in tow as well.
I'd
Oh, go ahead.
probably try and grab Avanad.
Yeah, you grab
try-
Abanon.
By the way, I'll be
Just
back.
kind of.
I'll be back
What'd
in
you say?
just a second. My cat's getting into shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Next time that
Well-
guy goes postal, we know where he hides the key.
Right.
Kind of pull him
Um,
to the side and just want you to know I never would have condoned him being hurt. It's not good to see our fellow countrymen held like that at all.
Yeah, Abanon kind of turns back and goes, "Sure, sure, I understand, but the captain or the lieutenant, I'm not so sure on that one."
The lieutenant is a man's man, a party man, that is. Well, let's just say I have a feeling he's going to have a hard time fitting in.
He taciturnly nods, and says, "Well, worse comes to worse. I just want you to know, I do not like the violence, and if he wishes to continue to perpetrate it, well, I personally don't see chain of command out here."
No, at best we tell them where we plan to die.
True.
At worst, whatever message we gets out is put in a file and pigeonholed for next summer.
And yeah, Avanad has a wry chuckle, kind of nods, and you guys have that moment where it's like both of you are kind of shit talking the boss in a way, and yeah, you see a small
Bureaucracy
pop-up.
at its finest.
You see a small pop-up on your HUD that says Avanad will remember that. No, but yeah. So you guys end up walking to the Gasworks, and it's a plain concrete building. Let me see that I have properly. Yes, I have. Well, mostly properly. Yeah.
I know
just
that
call it
feeling.
proper.
The code works well enough. It doesn't work per se, but it works well enough.
Yeah. So, you guys find yourselves at a small concrete building. Go ahead and place yourselves on the board.
Oh, 2 seconds.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back.
You're good.
We just plotted to, overthrow the Rodina while you were gone.
Bastards.
Yeah. But let me put these here too, because
Where on the board are we?
you guys are in the upper right-hand corner.
Look
Alrighty.
at me, proud, huge Russian man.
So big.
That is.
I need to go map layer. There we go. Whoop. Much smaller Russian man. Short.
Cut him down to size. There you go.
There
I
you
have
Hey.
KGB watches overall.
go.
Hold up. We need. Hold up. We need a little more like up to that. He needs to be taller.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, fine. Add a little bit of tall. And of course,
Jesus.
Avanad eats you.
Avanad is the man.
Avanad's a beefy boy.
Yeah, Avanad is the scrawniest member of your party, yet somehow his token must be the biggest. Okay.
Yeah. See.
So
There we
yeah,
go.
go ahead and put yourself on this side.
Oh, the left side.
Yes. So you guys arrive, and it's a small municipal building, very standard. Let me get a. Hold on. I need tokens for these other two guys. Why did I not think of this?
Is James over here?
Oh, whoops. I do the bad.
Shameful.
Let's see.
I was gonna say I can move your token for you.
Maybe peasant. I looked
It's
up Russian and
concerning.
there was no results. Let's see.
What's the matter?
I'm trying to find good tokens for the other two.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just look up. Oh God. What's his
Man.
name? Anatoly Moskvin. There you go.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm trying to find him in the stock. The stock images. Okay.
By
This
the
is
way,
gonna.
to anybody listening who does not want nightmares tonight, do not look up Anatoly Moskvin.
Anatoly Moskovin?
Yes, also known as the Russian Doll Man.
Oh.
Oh! Yeah, I know
Oh,
who that is.
Damn, that
That's spooky.
voice thick.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Also, somebody is munching real close to their mic, and I can hear their mouth noises.
And then
We'll
we
call
hear them
this
mute
Boris.
themselves.
Yeah. We'll call that Boris, and this guy seems well enough to be fucking Raphael.
Raphael is just sliding
Constantly
along
recumbent.
the ground.
Yeah, constantly recumbent. But yeah, so you guys are at the door, and at the door there is a small shrine. Does anybody have knowledge religion?
If this was 3.5, maybe.
Well, you know what I mean.
Lol.
Or any related.
Religion.
You can make untrained checks, by the way. Remember.
What
Where
what would that be in?
religion
What would that be in not? What would that be in not 3.5?
Let's see here.
I was gonna say I don't see it on here.
We'll call it.
A cult?
No. Give me a sec here.
We're just calling out all. Oh, hi there.
Yeah, I'm looking at your character sheet, Gary.
Yeah, I
That's-
noticed. I noticed because
Um,
it switched to edit mode.
yeah, you can count that as. I think that. Well, first of all, your science, engineering, and physics is in the wrong spot there, Gary. Same with arts and crafts. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could just put it in additional skills if you want to roll it, or just roll me a D100.
It's easier to type out the D100 in my honest. If the fucking button would click. Are we all just rolling that, or?
Sure, why not?
Let me see here.
I did
Avenant
not
has
pass.
Yeah, I know. Avenant
I'm not sure
has
why
I
I,
win.
just rolled
I
medicine,
win. I just win. I just win.
but
Everyone else just give up. I already won.
Yeah,
I've
Avenant
already won.
picked it up.
I'm
In a
proud.
way, I kind of won.
Did you
Oh.
really though?
Well, look at that.
Yay!
Of course, the DM got it.
Yeah,
I
of course
smell a
I rolled
bob.
that somehow.
I smell a bob.
Yeah, that's me. No, okay. So Avanad looks at it and goes, "Huh? The locals spooked about this place too." And you just get a nod from both of the men that you're traveling with.
Why? Is there something off about the building? I see
Hey.
a building.
He points at the shrine. He says, "This is a shrine for warding off bad spirits and keeping them where they go, or keeping them where they
A
are."
lot of hogwash.
Avanad just kind of shrugs, you know. He's like, whatever you say, you know. Yeah, the door is in front of you. It's a big, heavy iron door. Boris takes the key, clicks the lock, opens it up, and before you, there is a cold concrete building with dust on the floor.
How long has it been since somebody's been in here? You said a month?
It has been 2 months.
2 months without heat. Jesus.
Yeah.
That officer will step in, I guess.
Yeah. You walk in. You walk in and you kind of sniff at the air a little bit. Smells like stale water and I guess stale water, and there's some other kind of underlying smell you can't quite trace.
Like a mildewy smell?
Maybe. Before you guys go in, he says, there are 3 jobs here. One person needs to push the main pipe on signal. One person needs to work the console. And one person needs to light the pilot. Or the
I think
pilots.
Esplosivo Man should light the pilots. I will grab valve. You said you need valving turn?
He says, true. Maybe Avenant is like, I might hang out here with you. These valves can be heavy enough. It could be 2-man job. Plus, he pulls out his big fucking wrench and goes, I have mechanical solvent.
He's good.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. So,
Can I just get out of the way?
yeah.
If needs
Avenant-
must, I
yeah.
can likely perform any of the 3 jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Any one,
Avenant-
of course. Given
Right.
that
Light the pilot light. You know you want to, pilot light.
I do.
Yeah, so you guys go in and like super hesitantly, Boris walks in and he looks fucking terrified.
Hey, hey,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
okay. We are with you. Nothing to be afraid of.
He kind of nods. Raphael, he walks in. Avenant sees us being left behind. I'm like, oh fuck. Raphael says, I'll stay on this top floor. I can relay messages. And yeah, this office, by the way, is like surprisingly bare. Like normally a municipal building like this, Krikov, part of your training was probably like a basic course on like how to work basic public municipals,
Yeah.
And usually the top floor has something in it. This is just a concrete box,
Can I do a
Is
spot
where
hidden
the
to see
berry.
if there's something we're missing?
Go for it.
I will also spot hidden.
That sounds like a great way. I've already spotted hidden, but I will spot hidden.
Nice.
Actually, you guys have got it. You're good.
Damn.
We got it. It's all good.
So,
We Gucci.
yeah, you actually notice both Olzeg and Krikov. The floor, there are areas where the dust is disturbed, where it looks like there was furniture, where it looks like there was boots, and where it looks like there were paw prints.
What kind of paw prints? Dogs? Cats?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
About medium to large dog sized, but do you want to make me a survival or nature roll to identify them?
Natural world?
Natural world
Not
works.
great at it, but I can try.
Yeah, me neither. I'm probably about as good as you are.
Do either of you want to push that roll at the risk of erasing these marks?
No.
This,
Not for a 10% chance.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with, no. Seems like the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just point out to Boris and point to these and he's like, was there a dog that worked here or lived here?
That worked here.
He
You
says
know,
no.
like a guard dog.
Yeah, yeah. He says no. He says no. In fact, there was furniture here. I don't know how it all disappeared.
Maybe these boot prints have your answer.
Does
I'm
anyone
not
in town own a dog about this size?
Well, he says, well, yes, we do have someone who breeds dogs that are about this size.
Then
And he says,
perhaps we should pay them a visit.
he says, yes, her name is Tomika Borivoje.
Have no
Um,
fear, gentlemen. I shall be talking to this fair lady.
She is married, friend.
That is of no concern to me.
Yeah.
Tominka, I heard Dominka, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. They're Russian names. We're not used to picking up on them.
Blit!
Blit. But yeah.
Married, single, it's complicated, makes no difference.
And that actually gets a rise out of Raphael. He goes, "Oh, ladies' man, I like it." But yeah, you hear Boris go, "Can we please? I don't want to stay in here any longer than I have to."
Of course, of course. Let us continue.
Yeah, and he heads down the stairs, and let me. Where's my reveal areas? There it is. All right. Boop. And boop. All right. So he goes down the stairs and he's down here. And it's like what would accumulate to several flights of stairs straight down, but it's like there's no other floors. So it's just one really long flight.
Who's the broad? Or rather the John?
The John?
Oh, is that our buddy?
Yeah, that's your guy. He went
Okay.
down. That's Boris.
I'll follow Boris.
Mm-hmm.
Rifle at the ready, just in case he's not crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that does seem like the play.
He says, so down here we have to have someone work console, someone work pilot lights. I can take care of console. And he walks over there. And just to give you a description of this place. Oh, you have almost discovered that. There is a door there.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have drew that in. But yeah, you
Shameful.
notice. Yeah, I know, right? You notice that there is a door on the wall. The area is fairly Spartan. You notice that there's like on this wooden door down here, there's a huge amount of mildew growing at the bottom.
Around the door?
Yes, around the bottom of the wooden door.
Does it feel like if I hunch down, like put my hand near it, does it feel like there's a warmer air coming out?
Yeah, actually, a warmer, moist air.
The air is warm on the other side. There is mildew.
He looks back and goes, right. Can we just keep moving?
Is that important, Boris?
He says, no, I don't like I don't like any phenomena here. That workshop was always cold.
You know what? Fuck it. Open the door.
You try the door, and it kind of rattles, but it does not give fully yet.
I mean,
Okay.
try and boot the door in.
Go
Is
for
it-
it.
Metal? Wood?
Wood.
Oh, that'd be strength.
Yeah, strength, brawl, anything like that.
Shoot. Yes.
Not a great chance, but
Sure.
nah.
Would you like to push that at risk of injury?
Nah.
I can
Come
help.
on.
I'm being a big pussy.
Hey,
Alright.
you're
I
trying
can
to get
help.
in there regardless?
You going to kick the door in?
Yeah,
Creo?
I can.
Yeah,
I'll
let the
help.
strong
I'll-
boys do it. I'm not the strong boy.
All right. Yeah, Kruyov, you solidly boot the area right by the doorknob. It crinkles a little in the side of the door, and you hear the bolt just boom. The door slowly opens. The bottom that had the mildew on it drags across and leaves a veneer of wood paste. You look in the. Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
You look in the office. The entire floor is covered with lichens and mold. You see a workbench that is rusty and has several tools on it. The walls seem to drip. Oh, and it's like maybe like 25 degrees down here. It's like 60 in there.
For a second, I was so engrossed in the Russian act, I was thinking, holy shit, 60 degrees Celsius?
Oh, no.
It was,
Yeah.
I was concerned for a minute. I'm like, what do you mean it's 125 degrees
Are
down
these
here?
edible lichens?
You
would
would
you
ask
like
that,
to
wouldn't
make me
you?
a natural world roll or a survival?
You know
Yeah,
what? I
Momo-
can actually succeed with luck. So, fuck all of you.
Yeah.
You
Look at them, and you remember something from your K35 survival book. Yes, these are edible lichens. Some of them are very toxic.
Oh no, are they
Like me.
Are they intermixed where it would be a problem? Or can I be
Yeah.
like, hey, look, I found supplies?
You want me to
They're
cook
intermixed
lichen?
where it would be a problem.
You want me to cook lichen? What the? I have perfectly good potato. You not like potato?
Potatoes will eventually run out. I'm making sure that we have options.
Then I steal something. I don't know, maybe from our friend who has all of the whiskey.
Not steal. Requisition.
Yeah, I don't think townsfolk would look on it that way.
Yeah. And speaking of your friend with the whiskey, you actually hear Pavlovich like holler down, "How are things going down there? You aren't dead yet, right?"
Not yet.
We are not dead.
He says, "I feel lonely up here, but I'm scared to go down there."
I am only slightly disappointed. I did not get to blow the door open.
Yeah. But yeah,
Only with
so that's the room that you're in.
I'm going back to my post.
You're going back to your post? Okay. Olzeg, you gonna examine the room closer?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in and the mossy lichens almost stick to your feet. Excellent job. You brush away a few lichens and you see a storm drain that I should have hidden on the GM map. But it seems to have been partially eaten out, and there's a large amount of hot air coming from it. But potentially the most concerning thing is you look at the workshop, and on it are several tools, all of them caked with some sort of brownish red substance that in your time is most likely blood.
Can we confirm it's blood? Can I use first aid to confirm? Yep, that's blood.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I
that's
can
blood.
try that
That's
too.
blood. Yeah,
Yep,
you
that's
both.
blood. Oh,
Yep.
yay, more successes.
Yeah, so you are
Yep,
looking
that's
at.
blood.
You guys are looking at several like just normal work tools, like hand dies and saws, wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers. All of them have a little bit of blood on them. And one other thing you notice is you look down and you notice there's a pile of something clear and reddish. 10 of these little clear red things, about the size of guitar picks maybe, on the ground.
What would I roll to figure that out?
Yeah.
Oh no, you can just look at them closer.
Sure.
I'll look at
Pick-
them closer.
They're fingernails.
Ugh.
Oh,
Whole
shit.
ones. Not
Delicious.
trimming.
Boris?
What?
Who was down here before us?
Says the only person that's been down here is me.
Then you
Really? Then
might
I-
have something to explain.
Says,
Are you really Boris?
starts to walk over and says, What do you mean I have something to... What the fuck? And, like, looks in the room. And, he's like, what is going on here?
That is a
That's-
question you could answer for us.
Please.
He says, I don't know. And he, like, takes a step back.
I'm gonna try and psychoanalyze to calm him down so he doesn't bolt on us.
Okay.
Nobody is saying that you did this, Boris. But you are the last person who was here and therefore the most likely to understand what has happened. No?
I mean, he says, I mean, the last person that was here, they, I mean, it was me. It had to be. Except for, why is the furniture upstairs gone?
You said that there was someone who breeds dogs. Tomika. Perhaps they stole the furniture. It would not be unheard of in these peasant woods. But
How would they get the key? It was under my possession the whole time, and the door, it was locked. It is a concrete house with a steel door.
the better question is, how did someone get down here and, as far as we can tell, either maim or commit murder?
Yeah, and he says, I don't know. There's no real other way to get in here.
Unless, pointing at the grate, does that come off?
And you're looking at the grate, and there's actually, like, damage on the grate.
Maybe they came in this way.
Yeah, it's not big. It's just barely big enough for a person of slight build to fit through. And you notice that there is some torn cloth.
Well, let's grab that torn cloth.
Yeah, it looks like shirt cloth with a little bit of blood dried on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, Avanad takes a look at it and looks at the rest of you. What is everyone's size?
Not big.
Too big.
45. Just a little
yeah.
lower than normal.
Avanad is 27.
Small boy.
Oh yeah, no, he is incredibly thin.
65.
Oh yeah, no, Avanad is definitely the only one, other than like Raphael who could fit down this, because Raphael is like fucking skin and bones thin. And he looks at it, and he looks at you, Olzeg. He goes, well, Captain, do you need me to take a look?
Don't go far. Be careful.
He nods, and,
At first sign of trouble, come back.
of course. He, walks over the grate and he finagles himself down, raises his arms, the whole bit, to go down. And, you hear him say, what the hell?
What do you see
And,
down there?
Says
I'd
it's-
like to take a moment to
Because-
appreciate the way you said that.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
thank you. He says, Commander, is there, some sort of light up there?
Probably look around. If there isn't one in here, do I have some kind of hand torch, maybe?
You do not have a hand torch. That got left in the truck, it seems.
Ah, Damn.
Yeah.
Is there one in the room?
Well, you made a search check. You see that there is what looks like a rudimentary, like, wood and cloth torch, but there is no way to light it in the room.
Does anyone here have a lighter or a match?
Who are you talking to?
Anyone? Oh, we have Fireboy.
Are
With
you
that-
gonna tell me that you don't have a lighter?
I don't think I do actually.
We'll count it as part of your explosives kit.
I was gonna say.
Alright. Then yeah, I do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you give him the lighter?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good. He you guys toss the stuff down to him. Says thank you. And you hear like a bing, whoosh, and kind of waves it around. Says, "That's what I thought." Commander, I saw a welding kit up there. I think that if you could pass me down the kit, I might be able to open this crate. There's something you should see.
And he's like, alright, give me one moment.
Yeah.
Is something else should see?
Slips past. It was like,
Not all freaks allowed.
calls up towards Raphael. And is like, Raphael, is there a welding kit up there?
He looks around and says, "Oh, is that what this thing with the cylinders is? I thought
Consider
it
it
was just."
official-
Oh, go ahead.
Consider it officially requisitioned.
Says, "Hey, Commandant," and he starts like dragging it down, and he gets
Dunk.
down there with it, and you're surprised. He like falls on the last step, and like drops like the nozzle of it, and like the can almost topples on him, and he's like, "Ah!"
Ah, you Mudak, you could have caused accidents. Here, give me that.
Yeah. He goes back upstairs and says, "I thought the stairs would be worrying going down. Now I'm intimidated by going up."
Hmm.
He starts to go upstairs,
If stairs are intimidating you, stay away from me.
He smiles and says, "People will kill me. Stairs will maim me."
Unless you're a space marine.
True.
You
The
saw
stairs
how
will
well I was able
dun,
to
dun.
plug that hallucination yesterday.
kill-
I can do the same to you, no problem. Free of
True.
charge.
Yeah. But yeah, so you pass down the welding kit, and it's not even like 2 minutes until he gets this very weak grate cut down, and Avanad says, "I think I know what this is, but Commander, I was lying to you a little bit. I wanted to take the grate down so I could get up. Go ahead and deal with that." And he like scrambles out of there. And like this usually kind of dark-skinned, like some sort of Asiatic descent, like face that he has is pale.
What did you see down there?
And he as soon as he gets up, he just like vomits and says, "There's a stench, and like now that you think about it, you're like smelling, and that smell that you smelled upstairs has gotten way stronger since he took the grate off, and it is bad."
Are we saying dead person, dead thing?
And he says, "The persons."
Shit.
How many?
And he just like points at the grate.
You really expect? Fine. You see the
So-
cook going in. I hate this shit anyways.
Yeah. So you go down, and actually, I do need to make a roll for Avanad real quick. Okay, he succeeded. That's why he only threw up, I suppose. So you go down, and the smell is definitely of death. It's rough. Does anyone else go down?
Yeah, I'll go down.
Sure.
Okay.
I make poor life choices. Why not?
Sure. You guys go down and make me a sanity check.
Imagine being sane in this
Yeah.
year.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be me.
Oop.
See, my brain is so massive.
Success. Yeah. So, you get down there and you see, like, not 5, not 10, but probably.
I'm gonna. Can you use luck on sanity?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Although,
Yeah, you find not 5, not 10, but like 40 bodies.
the fuck is this shit?
They're all loosely covered up by a tarp. Along with this, all of what seems to be the missing furniture is all piled up in just like a corner. You notice that that's the main thing you notice is the pile of bodies.
Spread out. Search the room. Anatoly, you are the most knowledgeable of medicine with us. See if you cannot tell how they died.
Yes, boss.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a shot, stabbed, decapitated, drawn and
Oh.
quartered.
Oh no. These
God.
people died hard deaths. From the ones that aren't completely rotted out, because holy shit, this place is hot. It's like 90 degrees down here and it smells, right? From the ones that aren't just decayed and maggot filled, or at least aren't super maggot filled, you can tell huge signs of blunt force trauma, cuts that aren't lethal, bones that are broken sequentially. It's bad, but probably the worst thing that you find is every single one of these bodies seems to have in the very center of their head a perfect diamond indent, not indentation, just hole in the front, in like their forehead.
Is this one of those? Oh God, what are they called? They're used to put down cattle.
Make me I don't know what check that you would need for that.
I forget what they're called. But they're basically you put them on their head and then it punches and then it kills. Fuck.
You know what? I'd be willing to believe that you know what that is, because I mean you're a cook, so you probably at the very least know what happens to your livestock. So yeah,
Right.
no, it's an air gun. Yeah.
Okay.
That
This
seems
sick
to have taken
fuck.
all of them out. What's
This is
worse,
not murder. This is torture.
What's worse, some of them seem to have, let's just say, some sweetmeats taken out.
This is shit. Cannibalism. Torture. Who the fuck did all this?
It was me, Dio. No,
Nerdy!
Oh no.
No,
That's the Call of Cthulhu. We're actually playing JoJo.
Yeah. Just kidding, guys. This was all just a big JoJo reference. Got him. No, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'd
As-
love
Do we
it.
still have the recording of me?
I don't. I think it died with the PC exodus to the new
Oh.
one.
I remember that.
Shameful. I'll send it. I'll
Olse,
send it to you again.
thank you. Olse,
Blessed be.
you look around the room, and you find a couple things. You find, first of all, a box of dynamite. You find, let's see here. You find a box of dynamite. You find 30 rounds of 7.62 ammunition, so the kind that goes in your guns.
Nice.
You find a double-barreled shotgun and 8 shells.
Groovy.
Buckshot. 12 gauge. So pretty big.
Okay, how many of a 7.62 was it?
30 rounds.
Keep track of our ammunition, comrade.
Yeah. And on top of all of that, you find something truly odd. And I'm gonna need you to make me a sanity check for it.
My success has been punished.
No, you guys would have found it anyway.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. 20.
How much luck do I spend?
20. That'd be 27, and I've already used like 27. Yeah, I have 27 left because see 19, 27. That'd be 46. Yeah, I have enough.
You have just enough luck to save you.
Whew.
Okay.
I had to do some quick maths.
You notice that there is a very fresh body that does not smell. Wearing familiar clothes. Wearing your clothes. You pull up the face, and it's your face.
What the?
Entschuldigung?
You blink and shake your head, and the face is no longer yours.
This is reminding me too much of the trench.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you, comrade.
Oh,
Do you remember Minsk?
All the other men in my village died at Minsk.
put on your
Sorry,
taken
go
off
ahead.
caps.
What's that?
Put on your taken off caps. But yeah, no. You find out where the heat is coming from. Upon examining the walls, there are thousands of tiny pores that are blasting like searingly hot air.
Well, I think we found whatever was causing the heat, but what is it?
Somebody wanted this to decompose.
But how? How do they find somewhere this warm? In the middle of Siberia?
They have a key. And they know how this place works.
You don't think.
I don't pull any punches.
Shoot. Then we should get back to Avanad quickly.
Okay.
Big
So-
man. Here. And he tosses the
Right.
shotgun and the buckshot to Kurikov.
Much appreciated.
Don't kill us with it.
Of
Please.
course. I am
I
very
just-
careful.
Who's
I make
going
no
up
accident.
first?
I will.
Okay. You go up first and go ahead and drag yourself up. You see that
Alright.
Abnod is like cleaning his face up. He's just kind of sitting on his ass right outside of the room, actually, because it doesn't have lichen and mold outside of the room. And he's
Yeah.
watching this guy work on the console.
Shit.
And yeah, you get up. So what are you guys doing?
Avanad, come here.
Avanad kind of tips his helmet up, walks over.
What is he doing on that console?
Don't know. I just figured he was doing what he was supposed to do.
Go check.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted just to shoot him in the back of the head.
I'm
I
holding.
can do his job. I can do his job just as well as, if not better than he can. It's fine.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't
walks
need him.
Yeah, but then we have to explain to Raphael
We need
why we
answers.
just capped a guy.
We need
Yeah.
answers more than we need to not blow up right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know if that's exactly the case, but
He walks up to the guy with wrench in hand. Says, comrade, how goes it? Turns around, says, it's going well as you could expect. I'm surprised that nothing has happened yet. The last time I was in here, I was harried constantly. And he says, well, and he looks over his shoulder and he goes, pressure looks nominal. Everything looks fine. When are you going to be ready? He goes, I still need to calibrate and, well, we're not ready for a wet feed. We need the dry feed first. And, says, okay. Walks back over to Ewell's egg and shrugs.
Yeah, I'm going to have my pistol drawn, but obviously I'm not, like, drawing attention to that, as I'm, like, just calmly going to get, like, this close, and I'm like, Now tell me, Boris, when we went down into the grate, we found some things that were rather disturbing.
He, kind of turns and looks at you and goes, down the grate. I don't... And then he, like, notices your gun and goes,
Don't
ooh.
run. We found tens of dead bodies down there.
He breaks into a cold sweat and goes, I don't... What?
If you can't tell us why they are down there in a place that you know intimately, in a method that is conducive to decomposition, then, well,
If you believed that they died hard deaths, I am trained to make men beg for death.
Yay. So,
you would be lucky to get me.
at this point, behind you, Anatoly, you hear this weird crackling noise.
Oh no, he did magic.
turn around.
You see a faint bluish glow coming from inside the area,
Inside which area?
under the
hole?
grate.
Shit. Backpedaling Gundrun. The fuck is that?
You go back, and almost as if it drips and oozes around the grate, this ball of blue and white static that just, like, is making this huge crackling noise as if the air is being completely ozoned. Starts just, like, draining all of the oxygen from the room that you're in. The grate just disappears. And actually, I need you to make me 2 sanity checks.
Especially once the ooze goes, dude!
Okay, nice. You definitely don't lose sanity over the... So we'll count your first sanity as basically, this is something that you understand about this thing that you don't understand. First of all, do you want to roll the d6 or me?
Go ahead and roll the d6.
Okay, you take 2 points of sanity damage. 3 more in this day/adventure, and you go crazy.
Okay.
Go stupid.
Hey,
But you notice behind this thing is nothing. Like, not like, oh, it's nothing. No, it's literally the concept of nothing this thing leaves behind as a trail. It's empty, the blackest void. From any angle you view it, it's almost as if an entire line or column of just non-existence appears from below it. This seems to be entropy in its purest form.
The fucking hell is that?
Yeah.
No, he's no, he's going crazy apparently, eh?
It starts to move towards you.
No. Backing up, getting out through the door.
Okay, you get out through the door. Let's get some sanity rolls from everyone else. Let's see here. Ooh.
Does it help that I'm not looking at it?
At the moment, it helps. Oh, Avanad.
Fuck it, I would probably turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. What the fuck?
Oh,
Can
no.
do
We
I
are
push
not-
it, boys?
Well, actually, you know what? I will allow you to push sanity rolls at the risk of double sanity loss.
Do I do it, boys? There's a possibility we just don't have the commander anymore.
I
Amanat's
mean,
gonna take his
no
sanity
balls.
like a good boy.
Gunner?
Buddy, we got a long way to go.
We don't tolerate no pussy shit.
Highs or lows?
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Highs or lows?
The coin landed on its side.
Well, I was gonna say that's technically, if you're counting 0, that is no. If you're counting 100, that is a low.
Yeah!
Nice.
What a fucking guy.
Yeah,
What a
so-
fucking guy.
Odds
Holy
were
shit.
ever so slightly in your favor.
Anyone who passed your check, take 1 sanity.
Woo!
Anybody who failed your check, okay.
God,
let me
that was
roll
fucking
for-
great.
Where do we mark those real quick?
It's in your sanity. You just go to edit
right.
mode and change the first number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need to find the table real quick.
My,
Why didn't I have the
my
standing table
butthole
up?
puckered real hard at that one. Especially
What
when the
a
coin
fucking
flip
guy.
cheated.
Okay.
And then Gunner's like, well, and I was like, fuck it. We're going, boys.
It's technically low. 50 is low on 1 to 100.
Whoops.
Okay.
Oh, well.
See, and James prospered because at Paradise Theater, we don't tolerate no pussy shit, alright?
Okay. Let me see here.
Poor Avanad.
I was gonna say.
That's the wrong. Hold on. There we go. Mania table. That's what I needed.
They call me crazy. Ooh.
There we go. That ought to autofill. Uh-huh. Okay. So, Avanad looks at the thing and stares at the thing. I should probably put the thing out there.
Oh god. It sounds to me like some sort of will-o'-the-wisp type thing.
There we go.
It's
Ill-defined
definitely something.
perfectly.
It
Oh,
sounds to
okay.
me like
It's-
when you're trying to erase a spot that you made a mistake in Photoshop, except we're the Photoshop.
God,
So,
that's way too accurate because I'm definitely a mistake.
He onto his knees, stares at it, and says, "I have found the true call of Allah."
Avenant, snap
just
out
like
of it.
Stares at it, eyes like saucers. This thing's still moving towards the door, by the way.
Did also what's his nuts roll?
Oh, good question.
Oh god, Boris is gonna go fucking
Whoops.
crazy.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oh yeah, he
Oops.
goes crazy too. Let's see. Okay, so 76. That would fall under.
Wouldn't it have been funny had we brought like a military chaplain with us?
Yeah, right?
Those existing in the Soviet Union?
Sure.
Imagine.
So here's the thing. The Soviet Union didn't like religion, but they tolerated it with the express purpose of getting rid of it later. They tried
Yeah.
to in the 20s, and then by the 30s decided, you know what?
Too much work.
Too much work.
Yeah, wow. That's brutal what this guy just got.
Tell us.
So you see his eyes like start to go like pale as if he has just gone blind and starts screaming, "I can see the universe," and just like starts like sprinting towards the stairs.
Oh god, he turned into fucking what's his nuts in White Run.
As he starts to run, can I just shoot him?
Yeah, you can shoot him.
50-50, boys.
Yeah.
Coin flip.
Yeah, you shoot him.
Fuck you.
Roll your damage.
See, that was with the, so that's a 1d10 plus 1d4 plus 2.
7? Yeah, you fucking drop him. He's not dead, but you drop him. In fact, you hit him, and let me see.
Yeah, you just hear, like, Olzek, after a moment of composing himself, just whips his pistol around and goes, "There's no room for cowardice in this union!"
And you shoot him in the back. He falls and smashes his face on the guardrail, busting his nose, and he collapses shaking.
Come on, I will. Someone grab him. I will grab. I will grab Anadav.
Yeah.
Grabbing him by the
Avanad-
shoulder.
Yeah,
I
and
have
Avanad-
you.
as you like start to drag Avanad, you hear him basically speaking in a language that you don't recognize.
Slap across the face.
He like looks at you and starts speaking in a more terrified tone in the same language.
Oh shit! All right, just drag.
Yeah,
We're going
you're-
up the stairs.
Is it English?
It is not English.
That's funny.
Not
but
that you
yeah.
would know.
Yeah, he's like actively fighting you, but you're much bigger than him, so it doesn't matter. He's like a string bean. Like we could compare strengths, but you're gonna win. You know what I mean?
True.
So yeah, you guys get out of there.
Yep.
Okay.
Is Bleeding Man fighting me?
No, he's just shaking. Like,
I-
He's probably
He's-
going into shock.
He's probably gonna die in a little bit because I just fucking probably collapsed a lung.
Yeah, you hear Raphael just like, hey, there's no need for shooting. What is
Hey,
happening?
go! Run! Run!
Yeah, he sees Kurikov, like coming up the fucking thing, and like with carrying bleeding Boris, and goes, oh fuck, and like sprints out. So yeah, you guys can get out of there in time, perfectly fine.
They fuck.
Just as a note, Olzeg would go last because, you know, officer goes last. Make sure your
Yeah.
men get out first.
Yeah,
Especially when one of them's having a bit of a moment.
yeah. Boop.
and reprimanding himself like, if I'd aimed a little more to the right.
Yeah.
You would have just dropped him.
So you guys are outside of the place. What is your what's your prerogative?
Avanad.
Yeah, Constantine.
Yeah, and Avanad, does anybody want to make me just a straight education roll?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
I can
I'm good
attempt
with
that.
that. I'm barely
Hell
good
yeah.
with that.
Nice.
You put
I want to roll it too.
You put
for
points
it.
in education?
Education, man, because I wanted
You
more
know who
points.
else puts points into education?
My mom.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
is I don't have wait, is that an already thing?
Education, that's one of your base stats.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's
God.
why I put a lot of points in
Oh.
it, is it gets you skills.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Alright, no.
Well,
I'm
wow,
smarter
nice job,
than you,
Krukov.
Krukov.
So Olze,
I am smart man.
you only know this because you were taught about the political dissident parties of Russia. And Krikov, you were taught it because you had to take a couple humanities. But you guys both recognize this as speaking Arabic.
They teach the humanities in Soviet Russia.
Well,
Usually they
you're
just
an
commit
officer.
crimes
Mainly think
against
that as a
humanities.
Yeah, that's good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys recognize that this dude is speaking in Arabic.
Maybe more sense you guys served somewhere during the First World War where the most common language was Arabic.
I mean, we probably fought the Ottomans.
Well, yeah, not
Probably.
only did you fight the Ottomans, but you know why he's speaking Arabic.
He's quoting the Quran,
Olze.
isn't he?
Well, not just that, but like you know specifically like why he knows Arabic. Because yeah, he's quoting the Quran. Yeah, you got it.
He's Muslim.
He is.
Well, time to cap the DNPC, guys.
No
No religion allowed.
Yeah.
R.I.P. that
Not
guy.
in
course
He
you
was
this
would.
nice while it
anti-Christian
lasted.
server.
So at this point, yeah, you recognize he's doing that.
What is wrong with him? Is it his head? Is he hungry? What?
The cook.
Oh.
Is he hungry?
Is he hungry?
I'm just thinking about what I'm good at the moment. I can't help with this.
He will be fine.
Can I try
Yeah.
and soothe him with psychoanalysis again?
Can I slap him again?
You can soothe him with.
Can I do both of these things?
Can
Um,
we do both? Can we take
uh,
turns like it's airplane?
Can I do yes? Question mark.
Okay, so psychoanalysis. Hard success is enough to bring him out of his mania. How do you bring him out of it?
Like get right down, like even get him by like the scruff of his shirt. And what's his rank? Like private?
He is a well, private isn't a thing. Army man would be private, but he is actually a I guess he'd be called specialist.
Specialist Constantine, you're going to listen to me and you're going to listen to me well. Whatever you saw down there, it was only out. It was not what you think it was. It was out to stop us. Whatever it was doubtless responsible for whatever killed those people. Now you're going to listen to me and you're going to listen well. If you don't snap out of whatever bullshit you're spouting right now, I'm going to make you run laps around the fog until you turn into a truck. So snap out of it! Like, smack.
And I think like as soon as you smack him, you see the gears turn, and just because you know what training is like, the second you say make you run laps, you like notice like there's a click of like boot camp, military, punishment, military, and military. Fuck, real world, and person. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, there's this
Like-
moment where it's like, run laps. Oh no.
Yeah. But he like sits there, kind of like slack-jawed, and it's like, you know. Meanwhile, Kruyov, the guy that you're carrying, he has stopped shaking.
He probably died of
Yeah, did he
shock.
die?
Yeah, he's dead. He's definitely dead.
Woo! First
I mean,
kill
hey.
goes to me, boys.
Hey, I mean, at least.
How much experience do we get for that?
Yeah, how much experience do we get for murder? I'm good. I'm
no
down for that.
experience, but I do get to roll handgun.
God damn it.
Part of me was
Oh,
just
man.
like, he's already gone. If I shoot him now, I might get to roll another skill.
God damn it, James. I respect it, but god damn it.
James.
God, I love that.
Fuck.
I mean,
I
here's the
should've-
thing. I encourage that kind of play because it encourages very strange things to happen in sessions.
What is
I
our
should've-
buddy doing? What is the one that's not dead?
What is our buddy
he-
doing? Decomposing in the
He's-
snow.
No, he's over here actually he's like sitting over Boris and he sees the gunshot wound. Pours a little bit of whiskey on the gunshot wound. Sticks
Yeah,
it
that's not
back,
gonna bring him back, bud.
takes a swig and says like under his breath, "One more for the road, friend." And kind of puts it in and he's sitting there and he looks a little bit upset, you know.
Did you know him?
Uh,
Avanad, what the hell just happened back there?
Avanad looks up at you and he like super meekly, like Avanad's usually super casual, you know, that sort of thing. He kind of like almost sank into his oversized coat, just says, "I saw God."
You
And
did
he
not
told-
see God, you saw a monster.
He's like, "I saw God, and he told me there was no repentance."
There's repentance yet, so long as you live. The only people who cannot repent. And he leans in a little closer because he doesn't want to piss off Raphael. It's like the
Yeah.
only people who can't repent are cowards.
And let me roll something real quick.
Oh no, did he hear me? Oh no.
Let's see here. Yeah, Avanad, you notice in his coat he has like a piece of paper that he sewed in. He like rips that out and he just like crumples it and like holds it to his chest.
I'm not going to question that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just give him another like fatherly pat on the shoulder.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So long as we can, we'll get through this. You have my word.
Yeah. And he says, while that's happening, good old Raphael says, "So what happened?"
If we told you, would you believe us?
"My friend, I'm a wandering squire. I tend to believe what I hear in general."
Well, first, before we go into that, please, let me say, Ozeg, I thank you for not being as boneheaded as my last commanders in Minsk. We got out of there alive because you decided not to stay and do whatever with that thing.
Do you think me a fool? Do you think I would have survived against the Austrians and the Ottomans and the Whites if I had been foolish enough to fight the unknowable?
The Whites? Maybe. The Ottomans? Well, let's just say.
The Ottomans? Maybe. They kind of sucked in that war. The Austrians less so.
Yeah. He says, "Let me guess, the ghost stories were true."
Not
If you
ghosts.
can explain some sort of will-o'-the-wisp type shit that sucks the oxygen out of the room,
It
makes
sucks
it
more than the
impossible
oxygen.
Hmm.
for you to breathe.
Says, And he walks over to the door and looks in. "May I?"
I'll go with you.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you start speaking, well, gibberish, maybe. I can see the god, or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah, Avanad looks at you. Actually, no, Avanad doesn't even look at you. He's just kind of like rocking back and forth. Like
Was not
reading this
talking
paper
about
over
you,
and
my
over.
friend. Was
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about stupid man who decided he was listening to the ear of God or whatever. Fuck
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, Raphael walks in and looks down the stairs and starts heading down the stairs. Walks back up the stairs and goes, "Well, the ghost is gone now."
Then it is time we get this shit turned on and back to our posts.
Yeah. And yeah, you so who's doing what job?
I can do anything that no one else feels like.
You probably. What?
What?
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, I thought that was me going crazy there for a second.
I mean, possibly.
Give me a second, because people are yelling for me.
Okay. Avanad is actually gonna like stand up and like very shakily walk down the stairs. He's gonna see that you're at the console, and he's gonna kind of like look at you. And he's just gonna gently kind of like move his hand in front of you, and he just says shakily, "It is complicated job."
Hey,
Yep,
don't
he would.
worry about it.
He'd step
I got
aside
your
and
back.
step aside and let Avanon do it, and he's like, "I trust you, soldier, with my life, for you are my
Hey.
comrade."
Yeah, he looks over.
I'm
And,
gonna.
Oh.
Do you mean to roll mechanical repair or something?
yeah. Whoever's doing this guy up here needs to roll me a strength. This guy will roll me mechanical, and this guy will roll me mechanical. Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Excellent. Avanad is also going to roll mechanical repair. Perfect. And I need a strength roll for excellent. So, over a complex series, he takes about 30 minutes, and all of you feel like something is watching you, and the area that you go into doesn't seem quite right. The grate is gone. It's as if there was nothing ever there. But you get the dry run set, has you light the pilot lights, has Anatoly turn the big, heavy, cold valve, and then he flicks on a few switches, and you hear as this big fucking boiler springs to life. You see all of these webs of pipes start to rattle just gently as little bits of steam poke out here and there. Avanad looks at you all and says, "Appears that the job is done."
Good job, all of you.
Yeah.
Don't thank us yet. We have to get back to town and explain what the hell just happened.
We will explain what we know. Many murders had occurred. We believe that Boris was complicit.
You want to throw that trash on there? Really? That everything that fucking happened? I am many things, but I am not a liar.
I do not know if it is entirely a lie. How else would someone have gotten in here? He was the only one with the key. And he was also the first to run at the sign of trouble.
He was a civilian, not a soldier.
During time... No, it's like, when a man has a gun on you, soldier or not, that's when your true self shows out.
Yeah, and I think that maybe that's a good place to cut, actually. We fade to black. And, yeah. Nice job, everybody. Let's
Roll skills,
start...
roll skills,
Yeah,
roll
roll
skills.
your skills.
Now, do you
God
roll your
damn it.
base skills as well?
Not your base stats, no.
Okay.
I cry.
He cry.
Hey,
Hey.
look at that.
Hey.
Now let's roll. What is it? A 1d10?
We are rolling our skills now, our growth.
Yep.
Yeah,
Our
your
potentials.
improvements.
For our potential.
Hey,
on,
look at that.
Hey, hell yeah,
Yay!
brother. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my mechanical repair as well.
Aww.
That
Fuck.
brings my rifle up to an 84. That's fucking good.
That's right. Yeah, that is good. You're like one of the best shots in all of Russia.
You're better
And
than,
that one as well.
Avanod
Yeah.
needs to roll
Oh.
religion, which he will probably
Boo.
fail. Did Avanov succeed in religion?
He failed at religion.
Yay!
Yay, I'm bad at religion.
And then also
Oh,
mechanical
can
repair.
I push this roll?
Wow.
Can
you
we
cannot.
finish rolls?
So he gains 7 in religion.
I'm up to 71 in persuade.
So that
Damn
brings
it.
it to 2.
I'm
And-
slightly better
Aw,
than average.
that's the one I wanted to succeed
Wow.
in.
Holy shit, he's got an 80, what would that? An 84 in mechanical repair.
Well, all right then.
Oh shit, he's
Yeah.
better than me.
Yeah.
Hey!
If I'd rolled better on my intimidate, it's just a 78 now.
Yeah.
That does mean
Both
I'm one
my-
scary motherfucker.
Heh.
One Gary
thought you said-
motherfucker? Yes.
Yeah, I thought you said one Gary motherfucker. I was like, what?
Well,
Excuse
scary
me?
is
Am I an
scary.
adjective?
So,
I was
Gary-
gonna say, am I an adjective now?
Yeah, Gary is scary.
you know what's scary?
Yeah. What?
Nouning an adjective.
Oh,
That's
that's
true.
true.
Here's. I'm gonna tell you, brother. My guy is a spooky motherfucker to like have to fight. All right.
Yeah.
Because like I've got a 70 strength, a 99 constitution.
You get the 99
And I like-
constitution means you are invincible.
Yeah.
And I like shit that blows up. So like,
Yeah.
that's spooky as fuck.
That is. So, now that we are done, let us get some sign off, starting with the spooky man himself, Gary.
Hell yeah, brother. I am having fun. What is up, kids? It's your Flex Sport, and you've caught me here playing Kryukov Vitomer Akadol. And I'm really working on my Russian accent. It's not great, but it's getting there.
That is, man.
At least I think it is.
It is. Good job. Good job.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I didn't sound like an Irishman this whole time. It's great.
Yeah. No, yeah.
See, that's growth. And I couldn't do too terribly much, but that's because people wanted me, and also because I wanted to take a walk to get a drink. And now, filthy me, I've got my American whiskey, but hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the invincible Kryukov Ekadon,
Hell yeah.
And if you want to catch me on another night, you can catch me on Sunday, where I'll be playing Grandma, She Who Munches, or Igor, the man with the clay fist that has died more times than one person should. But I mean, it's probably fine. Now, I won't be there this Sunday, but next Sunday I should be there reliably. God, I've missed that game.
Hell yeah.
I've missed
All
it,
right.
brother.
So, next, let's go to Gunner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just saw me playing. I forget his name. Anatoly Bashenko, the cook who, well, got the shit scared out of him,
Yeah.
and then watched a poor crazy man get shot, and then got told by his commanding officer that we're going to blame the dead bodies down there on him, which doesn't really sit well with him. Either way, it's going to be interesting. You can catch me, I believe, this Sunday. He just wants to do Flesh and Fire, correct?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes. Flesh and fire. Flesh and fire. Flesh and fire.
So you can probably catch me there for that, especially since the start time's supposed to be like 11 p.m. So you can also find me on Sunday, where I'm running Tales from the Cosmos, where, well, I can't put it off any longer. Things have been put into motion that at this point in time cannot be undone. I've done all I can to help guide my intrepid band of adventurers, but sometimes you've just gotta let it go and watch the pieces move.
Yeah, you just gotta let your kids skin their knees. I mean, that's what it is.
It might be a little bit worse than that, but with all that being said, let's see. Oh, you can also find me on Monday playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai, who I bet had space diarrhea last week, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Because I had real life, not space diarrhea, but you know, I was in no position to cook. Or you know what I mean. And then you can also find me on Tuesdays playing Drifter, the little old lady that likes to drive a big truck, preferably through people's front yards. You can also find me on, oh gosh, I'm in a lot of these. Wednesday, Hench to Mensch, where what the hell didn't happen last week? I mean, we talked to Asa and convinced Asa to tell us what he knows, while simultaneously going behind his back to steal shit from him, and then finding a now retired one-handed superhero that's been kind of kicked to the curb and been like, hey, you've got a lot of gas left in the tank. Why don't you just come work for us? We can give you a new hand and probably pay for a better suit than the one you had. You know, or not. Unless. So, yeah, that's me.
All right, excellent. That leads us to our good old boy James.
Hi ho, friendolos. My name is James, otherwise known as Nightheart. I'm here today playing Olzeg Malganovich, who is the new commanding officer of this group that had to make some real fucking tough decisions, including, haha, civilian thinks he's gonna get away with this. Well, fuck you, because I want more skills. And then it didn't even work. He died for nothing. I didn't get an improvement to my handguns. He literally died for nothing. But,
R.I.P. you, buddy.
no R.I.P. him.
Yeah.
No sanity loss off my sheet.
See, try explaining that to him. Like, hey, buddy, I killed you for character development.
Well, isn't that what...
So, you mean, like, to become a better person or a more worse person? No, literally to try and buff a stat.
Yeah, to get bigger numbers, to defeat other things with bigger numbers. But,
So, yeah.
Yeah, and his whole thought process behind that is, yeah, whatever the fuck we just saw didn't happen, because that breaks all laws of reality. So obviously this is some fucky shit that was probably his fault, and he was just lying to us, so yeah. Besides, I don't think any of these peasants are going to believe us if we just walk in, we're like, hey guys, so, Scarce here. Turns out everything wrong was caused by a giant spark monster.
I mean, they saw a spark. They saw our friend Optimus Prime. So
true.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, since he's a bad guy, does that mean he's Megatron?
True.
I mean, but Megatron was never a truck. Like, he was a cannon at one point. He was a handgun, and then he was a jet, but never a truck.
Regardless.
He's our Grimlock. No, that was just a dinosaur.
Yeah, Grimlock's a dinosaur.
Regardless.
There's not been.
You can also find me here on Friday for Flesh and Fire, where I'll be for probably a turn playing Knowing before he dies, because that combat encounter has been way overtuned. And then if I get to bring in another character that session, I'll bring in Krusty Carl. If not, I'll just sleep for the rest of the session. On Sundays, you can find me in Tales from the Cosmos, where I'm excited to see where we go with this next. Because we fucked shit up, and I think we should just retire to Farcaller and start a wool trading company. And defeat Bob through the power of money.
Buy out Bob shares in reality.
You can also catch me here on Mondays where I play Serald Silverchild in Fire Strike, the private investigator who can't do private investigating because Roll20 hates me. But he'll eventually learn the very obvious that evil Cabbage Patch Kid is evil Cabbage Patch Kid. Unless he keeps failing.
Yeah.
Which he probably will.
Hi, I'm evil Cabbage Patch Kid, by the way.
You can also find me here on Wednesdays playing Martyr, the pain-dealing, pain-giving super mutant who got to make fun of a superhero who lost his hand and got fired because of it, and that was fun.
You know, the fact that you got your hand cut off isn't the problem, son. It's the fact that you ended up losing it on the way here.
No, the funnier part was us basically going, wow, you called yourself Billy Badass when your name is actually William, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Awesome. All right. And does that lead that to me?
Seems like it.
All right. Excellent. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win5 Get One Free, and you have caught me running Projekt Severovo. That is Projekt Severovo spelled with a K in the Severovo. It's silent. No. I got to do a whole bunch of fun shit today and run one of my favorite systems in the whole wide world. They got to go up against a spark monster, and they shot a fat guy, or they shot he wasn't fat, but I had his token fat, but they shot a guy. I guess that takes away the problem of having to make sure that the town likes him after this, so
That's true.
And other than that, you can also catch me this Saturday, where I am going to be beef. I almost said beef the boulder breaker, which is patently incorrect.
Bear, the ass destroyer.
Yeah, but Bear the ass destroyer. That's good.
The most ambitious crossover.
Hell yeah. Fucking Infinity War? Nah.
Flesh and Fire meets Legion Class Wrestling.
Yeah. But no, you can also catch me on Mondays where I get to play, as aforementioned, the evil Cabbage Patch Kid, Matthias Merch Dieschborg, who is just trying to do what he does best, and people just keep working in ways that he has not had control of. When he worked at the Pleasure Domes, and even his short stint in a hospital, people did not threaten him. When you threaten Merch, you have very bad situations happen. But yeah, you can catch us if you are currently watching on YouTube and you want to catch this live on Twitch, where I actually kind of interacted with the audience a little bit today, but we had a little bit of a smaller audience today. That is okay, because I love you all dearly. You can catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. If you want to catch us on YouTube because you are watching right now on Twitch, or you're watching the VOD a little bit later and you're like, oh God, I need to save this because I love what these people are doing and I want a contiguous story for this whole game. You can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/Paradise Theater with no underscores. And if you want to see the Twitter that is popping off, and by popping off, I mean active a couple times a day, and you want to see some updates, some info, and some hot memes, you can catch us at Pair Theater. I am Mike, and let me give you an outro before we go. We get a view of the basement of Gasworks. We hear the shouting above ground of what's happening. We hear Avanad quoting the Quran as he's being dragged up the stairs, and we see this blue static move around and coat the entire room until all of it is nothingness. Then, out of the corner, several dots made of tiny white motes of light that connect by strands over and over again, run themselves gently across the room as the blue ball shrinks and eats itself. The room is rematerialized. Things are a little bit different here or there. It gets to the back of the workshop. The workshop is rematerialized, but there is no evidence of the crimes. Over the grate, it hovers. It reconstructs the grate, and there's a pause. Then, these tiny lines dash all across it and form a solid concrete barrier above it. Finally, we see Raphael walk down the stairs. He peeks his head, doesn't see anything out of the ordinary as this thing has disappeared. Looks up. Well, whatever was down there isn't down there now. And then we hear Anatoly. Well, I'll come with you. And we cut to black. Thank you, everybody. Let's send him off with an R.I.P. Boris.
R.I.P. Boris.